We did the 3 Branches of Government by Lindsay Courtney.
And Maddie Egan.
The tip of our lesson is the 3 branches of government, which is divided into the legislative branch, the executive branch, and the judicial branch. The legislative branch makes laws, while the executive signs laws, and the judicial decides if laws are constitutional. So each of the 3 branches has different jobs within its power. The legislative branch is made up of Congress, which is then divided between the Senate and the House of Representatives. The legislative branch creates laws, enacts legislation, declare war, the right to confirm or reject any presidential appointments, and etc. That's why the picture to the right shows the Congress of the United States and how it is divided into 2 sides between the Senate and the House. The Senate is made up of 2 senators from each state, which equals 100 senators because of our 50 states. So the members of the Senate are elected by the people of that state every 6 years. So some of the requirements for senators is that they must be 30 years of age, a U.S. citizen for at least 9 years, and a resident of the state that they represent. Also, the Vice President of the United States serves as President of the Senate and may cast a decisive vote in the event of a tie. Okay, so then the House of Representatives is made up of 435 elected members, but they are divided among the 50 states based on the population of that state, so every state is different. The members are elected every 2 years, and they must be at least 25 years of age, which differs compared to the Senate. They also have to be a U.S. citizen for at least 7 years and a resident of the state they represent. The House has the power to initiate revenue bills, impeach federal officials, and elect the president of the Electoral College. And the picture to the right shows what the House of Representatives looks like, which is very varied for each state.
The executive branch. This branch is made up of the president, vice president, and the cabinet. In this branch, the laws are signed, the people are elected every 4 years, and they decide on who is the federal judge and what the other responsibilities may be. These are some pictures of the presidents and vice presidents. What are the jobs within this branch? The president has the power to change or reject the laws that have been created. They can also approve the different laws being presented to them, talk with other foreign countries and different agreements with them, and they choose who the president wants to be within his or her cabinet. The judicial branch. This branch is made up of judges, and it is in the Supreme Court, which is the highest court. These are some pictures of the judicial branch. What are the jobs within this branch? It is made up of 9 Supreme Court judges, a chief justice, and 8 associate judges. Their job is to discuss and see if the laws that were passed by Congress are unconstitutional. The judges are allowed to serve for life.
Okay, so to end our lesson, we will be doing a 3-2-1 assessment on the 3 branches of government. So the instructions are that after the video is over, I want my students to write down 3 things that they've learned from the lesson. So the first 2 will be something that they found interesting from the material, and the third will be a question that they're still confused about or may have not been answered yet. So, for example, here's what one student did.
1. I learned that the 3 branches of government are legislative, executive, judicial. The Supreme Court is made up of the judicial branch and is considered the highest court. And then the question would be, what would happen if one branch was to gain too much power over the other branches?
Okay, and then to end our lesson, we're just going to repeat the fact that there's 3 branches in the United States government, and in the Constitution, it provides a separation of power, which is why we have the legislative, which makes laws, and is divided between the Congress, the Senate, and the House of Representatives, while the executive carries out laws, and it's divided between the president, the vice, and the cabinet. And lastly, the judicial interprets laws, and it is divided between the Supreme Court and the other federal courts.